Welcome to the Transformational Soul Show with your host, Ruth Soltman. Are you ready to experience more stability in your life? You can change your life and be who you are meant to be, your authentic self.
Well, hello, everybody. My name is Ruth Soltman, and welcome to the Transformational Soul. If you're here for the first time, I'd like to say welcome. I'm glad you're tuning in. And if you've been here before, welcome back. I'm so glad you came back. I want to say hello to all of you over there on Rumble that are watching. I noticed that our viewers are really increasing on Rumble. That's pretty awesome. So before we get started, let's all take a few deep breaths and just clear away some of this, not so much heavy, but maybe a little bit of chaotic energy, a little bit of busy energy, so that we can just relax a little bit. Hello, Sarah. So let's take a deep breath in and then let it out. And as you let it out, feel yourself beginning to relax. And let's do it again. And one more time. As we gather together here, we ask for our spiritual tribes to come in and form a sacred circle around us. We ask for all of the angels and archangels, all of our guides and angels, our healing angels, and our higher selves, and all of our ancestors that have gone before us to join with us now. We ask our spiritual tribe to wrap this sacred circle in a beautiful light-filled bubble of the highest vibration of love and light. We ask that we be open to all messages that we receive, and that we receive them with a love-filled heart and an open mind. We ask that they help us to heal and be for our highest and best good. We ask that we hear exactly what we need to hear, and that we feel it at our very core. We ask that all messages be given and received with the highest vibrations of love and light. And so it is. So yesterday morning, my daughter Kristen gave birth to her second child, Maddox Michael. Charlotte is so excited to be a big sister. Charlotte's 4.5, and she's real excited about her baby brother. He weighed 8 pounds, 3 ounces, and 20 inches long. And mom and baby are doing great. They're doing really great. So thank you, everyone, for all of your beautiful comments and messages regarding this. And Sarah, I would just like to point out that several months ago, Sarah did a gender reveal for Kristen and said that it was going to be a boy. So if you are pregnant or know someone who's pregnant, contact Sarah in Graphia, because she does gender reveal readings. So you can hit her up on Facebook, and she has her show on Monday night, Golden Sunshine Healing Hour at 8 p.m. Eastern. So I just want to let you guys know about that, because I thought that was so cool. I'd never heard of anyone doing gender reveal readings before. So I hope you guys could join us this Saturday at 8 p.m., April 23rd, for our spiritual message circle. For a small donation of $10 or more, you can have a message from each of the show hosts that are on that night. And what a great deal that is, right? And I'd like to thank everyone who sent in their testimonials for our shows and the show hosts. I love and appreciate you for doing that. If you would like to send in a testimonial to show your gratitude to Goldylocks Productions, you can send a testimonial for one of our shows or hosts or all of them. Which ones do you watch? Which ones are your favorite? What are the key things you like about them? And how have they helped you on your spiritual journey? It doesn't have to be, a paragraph or two, just one, 2 or 3 sentences. And you can email that to Tiffany. And I'm sure Tiffany will put that email address out there so that you guys can send that to her. Sarah said, "Oh, thank you so much, Ruth. You're welcome." People need to know, because I'd never heard of that before, and I thought that was pretty cool. I want to thank Heidi Petey for stepping out of her comfort zone and joining me last week for the Words of Wisdom segment. The Words of Wisdom segment gives you the opportunity to come live with me to tell your story, to own your story. Your story will inspire and motivate someone else. There is no doubt about that. It will. If you would like to come on and tell yours, you can message me on Facebook or email me at ruth@ruthsoltman.com. That's Ruth at RUTH, S as in Sam, OLT, M as in Mary, A, N as in Nancy.com. And that, for our viewers and our listeners who aren't viewing it and can't see the website, some of the letters can sound like something else. I wanted to make sure I specified that out for you guys. I hope you will check out my website. You can find out about my services and upcoming releases. And my I Am cards are now available on my website. You can order them through my website. So these cards that I'll show you, they're 35 powerful affirmations that will help you release any blocks you have to manifesting exactly what you want in your life. They come shrink wrapped in a small organza bag, and they're now available to purchase for $29.99. I'm going to be sending in an order on Friday. So if you want to get yours, if you're interested, then, get a hold of me or go to my website and order them. And this is what they look like. I Am manifestation cards. And let's see, I'll read you one here. It says, I am dissolving myself of any and all residual fear or apprehension of past relationships. I release myself. I am whole. And they all have affirmations on them like that. And a lot of times we can have those blocks, and not even realize it. And then it's keeping good from coming to us. So it's good to be able to clear that away so that all that good, positive energy can come to you. The one that was the most powerful for me was that I am worthy, because, oftentimes we feel like we don't deserve the good things. Something bad, like what we would say is bad. We get that phone call, and it's not news that we would say is good. And all of a sudden we're like, well, yeah, I totally expected that. Or, yeah, I could just see how that happens. But when we get that information that, wow, something really amazing has happened, we always think, oh, that's so hard to believe. Why? Because you feel like you don't deserve it and you're not worthy. But you are. You are worthy of all the good that there is just waiting for you. And once you're able to clear away those blocks, all that good's going to come to you. Hello, Kim. How are you doing? So when I had decided to talk about living in the moment, this quote came to my attention, just what most people would call random, which is not random at all. Hello, Teresa. Nice to see you. And it was from Neil Donald Walsh, who's one of my favorite people. He said, there is no moment but this moment. Now is all there is, the eternal moment of now. And I thought that was very powerful. And when I had been given the information, that this is what we're going to talk about this week, then, within hours, I ran across that quote. That was great confirmation that, yep, that's what you're supposed to do. Hello, Marcia. Nice to see you. Aw, thank you. Yes, I am a new grandma. Lots and lots of grandkids now. It's so amazing. It's so different than when you have your own kids, because you don't have a lot of the same concerns with grandkids that you do with your own kids, which is pretty interesting. But it's very important to live in the moment. And, a lot of people live in the past. They think about what was. And I know, I remember my mom and dad used to do this a lot, because there were certain things that they liked, and then those things changed, and they didn't adapt well to that. They couldn't find something that they liked as well. So they just always had that, I guess, kind of loss and grief for, what they didn't have anymore. It was actually a church that they belonged to in the whole church community. This was when I was a kid. And they, it was like the best place that they had ever been. And they were a big part of the church community there. And when, I don't know if the church closed or we just moved and we're not near there anymore. I don't remember what happened because I was a kid. But they never found anything they liked as well as that. And you would hear all the time, the I wish we wish we could go there. I wish it was like it used to be. And they really hung on to that living in the past. And when you live in the past, no matter what you're living in the past about, whether it's a relationship, a job, it doesn't matter. It causes you a lot of anxiety and it causes you a lot of grief and sadness. And what we need to do is to move past that by healing those past issues, grieve your losses, grieve your sadness, but you can heal and move on from that. And I know I've talked a lot about healing those past issues, and it can be done. And then you're not going to want to live in that place anymore. When we live in the future, there's a lot of anticipation of what's going to happen or what could happen. And there's a lot of worry about what is going to happen. We have no clue what's going to happen. Yes, we're putting out our positive thoughts and we are, putting out there what we want to manifest. But sometimes it's going to manifest even better than, what we had originally thought. So you don't want to ever limit yourself. But when we live in the future, there's a lot of that anxiety about what's going to happen. And when you worry all the time, that is not a positive emotion at all. So all that does is, put up blocks to you getting what you actually need and all the good that is coming to you. Worry is not your friend. You need to, it's so funny because I can't remember the quote I read before, but most of the time, what someone worries about never happens. And I know some people will say, well, if I worry about it, it's not going to happen. But that's not true. When you're worrying about something, you're focusing on it. You're giving your energy to it. So many times it's going to come to you. So you don't want to do that at all. Living in the now, living in the moment. The moment right now is all we have. Yesterday is the past. It's a memory. And tomorrow, we don't even know we're going to be here tomorrow, do we? In all honesty. We go to bed with the anticipation and the, what's the word I'm thinking of? Well, just, assuming that we're going to wake up in the morning, but that doesn't mean we will. Right now is all we have. I noticed, like, when I go to different events, like school events for my kids or my grandkids or sporting events or whatever, everybody's always taking pictures and taking videos. I hardly ever do that. And the reason for myself, and I'm not saying it's like this for everyone, but I have found when I'm watching it through my camera, all worried about what picture I'm going to get, I totally lose out on what's happening at the moment. And, that could be because sometimes, I fumble with the camera and I'm talking about the one on my phone, which is very simple to use. Yes. But when you're outside too, there's a lot of light and a lot of sun and you can't see clearly. I don't know how people do take such good pictures because I don't seem to be able to do that. But I have noticed that when I do, and I'm so focused on getting the perfect picture that I totally miss out on what's going on at the time. So I would much rather just enjoy the moment and watch what's happening. I'm always going to have the memory of it, So I don't worry about that so much anymore. Of course, I do enjoy other people's pictures. I'm not going to lie. And some of them take amazing pictures. So, some people would say, well, how can I live in the moment? What can I do to live in the moment? And there's a lot that you can do. First, you can heal your past and let go of it. Then it's not going to be coming up and bothering you and nudging you and, poking at you. It's going to be gone and it's not going to affect you in the present or in the future. Have an attitude of gratitude. Be grateful all the time for what you have. Don't think, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that. Be grateful for everything that you do have. And say thank you, count your blessings. Live in that attitude of gratitude all the time, because when you're putting out that energy of gratitude, what's going to happen? The energy is going to go out into the universe. The universe is going to match that energy, and it's going to send you more things to be grateful for. When we talk about it and stuff, it sounds really easy, and you know what? It is. Now, whether or not you can stay in an attitude of gratitude all the time, sometimes people have to work on stuff like that, because there's a lot of people who will just sit and focus on what they don't have or what they want. They don't focus on what they do have. And that's where the key is. Be very grateful for what you have. Not only things, but relationships, people, food. How many people are there in this world that go hungry? Be grateful for what you have. Accept things for what they are and the way they are, not for the way you want them to be. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Everything happens for a reason. And sometimes it's hard to accept things when they're not how you want them to turn out. But they are working out for your best and highest good. So always remember that. Whatever you are doing, give it your full attention. Focus on what you're doing. Be mindful of what you are doing. Just like when you eat, don't eat your food just to be done, but enjoy everything about it. Enjoy the smell, enjoy the taste, enjoy the texture. That puts you right there in the moment. Be mindful and pay attention to whatever you are doing at any given moment. And meditate. Meditation is so wonderful because it puts you in the moment. Now, you might say, well, I can't be in that kind of state of mind all the time. And I'm not necessarily saying you will. But if you regularly meditate, it's going to help keep you in that state of nowness. It's going to help keep you centered. It's going to help keep you balanced. And being centered and balanced, those are really key. Because when you have some kind of an imbalance, let's say in your blood. So you go to the doctor, and the doctor's like, oh, we've got this, electrolyte imbalance or this hormone imbalance. It throws everything off for you, doesn't it? Everything in your body. Sometimes it will affect like your thoughts and the way you think and how you feel. It does affect everything. And that's why balance is so important. You have to balance your work. You have to balance your play. You have to balance every different aspect of your life. It's very important. And, when you meditate, one thing you can do is set up a little place in your home. Now, it could be a room if you have, that much space available, but it could be a little corner of a room. It could be a closet that you're not using. Set up your own little Zen space. Put things in there that make you feel really calm and good. Maybe a little water fountain, candles, incense, wind chimes, a comfy chair, and go in there just to have your alone time, have your me time, have your time where you go within and just be in the moment. Meditation is not about doing anything. It's just about being silent, listening. That's when, you get so much information. You get so much love and energy coming to you when you are in that quiet solitude. Sarah says, I love that attitude of gratitude. Well, it's a great thing to have, isn't it? It really is. And think about how much happier you will be living in the moment. Because in this moment right now, are you happy? Don't focus on, what you have to do in 2 hours. Just think about right now, right now. And, you'll find that when you go within, like I said, you will receive the answers that you're looking for. Things will become very clear. You will feel a lot more focused. You will feel a lot more balanced. And not just while you're meditating, but afterwards. It's going to help clear your mind, give you a lot of clarity about things, and is also going to open up your energy so that you can receive a lot of messages. Sometimes, it won't necessarily be during your meditation, but it will help clear out some of that fog that's up there, and you will more clearly hear your intuition. How many of you follow your intuition like all the time? It's never going to steer you wrong. It's never going to lead you down the wrong path. Now, sometimes it will tell you things that, you don't want to hear, but that's the truth. And you know the truth when you hear it because you can feel it in your core. It really, really resonates with you. That's one way you know. Some people will hear the truth and they'll get like head to toe chills. Other people will hear something, hear the truth, and it just, it's like they just it takes their breath away. You can react so many different ways. So while I'm thinking about this, I want to tell you all, I was just reading about all these solar flares that are going on right now, and how a lot of people are experiencing head pressure or headaches, and a bunch of different other different symptoms. So know that all this energy is intense, and the solar flares are just intensifying it because we can feel it all the time. We're most of us are very sensitive to energy, and make sure you take really good care of yourself. Make sure you drink a lot of water and try to get a lot of rest. Exercise is a good way to get you in touch with your body, and yoga. Yoga is amazing. It's very important to listen to what your body wants. We might think in our mind, well, yeah, I'm going to have this for dinner, but your body is telling you something different. So always listen to your body because it knows. It's your higher self talking to you. It's your intuition, and it knows what you need. We might think, oh, this sounds really good. And then we go and eat that, even though our body was saying, nope, I don't want that. I want this. And then, we'll feel really sluggish, or it'll feel like a rock in the pit of our stomach. That's because you didn't listen to your body. Listen to what your body needs, whether it's sleep, water, food, exercise. Tune in. Tune in. And you will always know when there are any areas of concern, if you're really tapped into yourself and your body. You can listen to it. It will tell you. It will talk to you. Just like your stomach growls when you're hungry, right? And we know what it feels like to be thirsty. We know what it feels like to be tired. That's our body telling us what we need. So always listen. And that, listening to your body like that and being in tune helps you stay in the moment as well. Helps you to live in the moment. And living in the moment is very important. And I think you can see why. But if you have like a lot of issues from the past that have been affecting your life, go back and heal them. You can do that. And that will help clear away that clutter. Don't focus on, what's to come. Enjoy what's here now. This is what's important. How many times have you been, let's say maybe having dinner with someone, and the whole time they're sitting there on their phone or doing something else, or, talking about, something down the road, and they're not even sitting there enjoying your company. You're missing out on what's right in front of you, and you don't want to do that. Super Sarah says, Super Sarah, Space Cookie says, rest, what's that? Ha! She said she's teasing. But yeah, I know a lot of us have been lacking sleep lately. Things have like really sped up. I know for the last probably 3 weeks, for me, I have been busier than I have been in a long time. And that, I mean, a lot of that's like with family and stuff. Grandkids had spring break last week and some came and stayed. And Charlotte's here this week because her mom's in the hospital. So it's been a lot more. And let me just say hello to Charlotte, to Laren, and to Judy. And I think they're watching. So hello, girls. Um, and um, I don't see it slowing down. I mean, I like to be busy. I like to feel like I'm being productive, and and that's a good feeling. I like to see stuff getting crossed off of my to-do list. That's pretty fun. It seems like every time I cross something off, I add two more things though. um, but it is what it is, and things get done when they get done, and I don't stress about that anymore. It's no way to live, being stressed out all the time, thinking you need to do more than what is actually physically possible. And how many of us have ever done that? I used to do that all the time. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that. I can do, sure, no problem. And I'd have this list of stuff that there's not even enough hours in the week to get it all done. And then I'd be kind of bummed out that, oh, I didn't get all that done. But no, that's not what life is about. Life is to be happy. Life is to enjoy yourself. You don't want to push yourself like that. You need to take care of yourself and be healthy. Marcia says, how many grandchildren do you have? I believe this is number 11. Let's see, 1 to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, number 11. Probably be the last one. So, yeah, they're all amazing kids. It's so much fun. So much fun having grandkids. I had 4 kids and now I have 11 grandchildren. So it's kind of crazy, but it's pretty awesome. Marcia said, wow. I know. It seems like a lot. But my daughter's father-in-law, my other daughter, Amanda, he's got like 20 some grandkids, I think, which seems insane to me. But, it makes get-togethers fun when all the kids are there interacting, and that's pretty cool. And it's really fun watching like how their relationships develop, because I'll tell you, as a grandmother, you notice a lot more things. Well, me personally, I do, than I did maybe with my kids, because when I had my kids, like, life was so busy, and it was all about taking care of the kids, taking care of the family, going to work, cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, and getting them where they need to be. And now, like with the grandkids, it's like, oh wow, just sit back and relax and just watch what's going on. And it's so much fun. It really is fun. And it's so cool to see, like, every time I see them, they have changed so much. Like last weekend or the weekend before, when we celebrated my birthday, I saw my other grandkids from my oldest daughter, and there's 3 of them. And Harley's the oldest, and she is now officially taller than me, and she's 12. And like the time I saw her before that, she wasn't. So it's like really crazy that kids change so much physically, while they're growing. And it's so cool to watch those changes. But we're all changing all the time. There's constant change going on. And that's one thing. So if you're afraid of change, you probably need to move past that, because the only thing in life that is constant is change. There's always going to be change. You can either go with it or you can fight against it. But when you fight against it, that makes it really, really hard on you, because it's going to happen anyway. So, that's just one thing for you to think about with change. I know change isn't always easy, and change isn't always, oh goodness, excuse me, change is not always, at our hands. Sometimes change just happens that we just, we don't have a part in it, but it affects us anyway. Like, like say a company you work for, maybe they're changing ownership. Well, you have no control over that, but it's going to make a lot of different changes for everyone that works there. And you just have to go with it because there's no point in fighting against it. Okay, so I have these Diana Cooper has made some beautiful, beautiful cards. And this one is Angels of Light cards. And I thought we could do some messages tonight. We haven't done those in a few weeks. And it says on here, I'm going to read the box to you. Angels are high spiritual beings. They come from the heart of God as guides, protectors, helpers, and healers. Angels are willing and able to help us in many ways throughout our lives. All we need to do is call on them and they will respond. And that is because of free will. They can't just intervene, and take over for us. We have to ask. Allow these cards to help you bring them into your life. Now, the cards have a pretty picture on one side, but on the other side, there is no picture. It's just, a message. So thought we could use some of these if anyone would like a message. And let's see. Well, I will start with Sarah and see what we have for Sarah today. Okay, so I'll show you the picture on this side here. See, this is what they all look like. This very beautiful angel picture. Well, look at that. I said we'll start with Sarah, and she was the first one to say I would love a message. I'll tell you one thing I have noticed lately, and I think it's okay. So when I get up in the morning, the energy has been hitting me like a ton of bricks. It's been extremely powerful what I feel physically, and it's caused me to be very nauseous. It's caused me, well, one or 2 days it caused me to be pretty dizzy too. It's caused me to feel kind of flighty, but the more that it starts getting integrated into my system and into my energy field, I've noticed like an increase in my intuition, an increase in messages that I get, things that are going to happen. And then they would happen, like this happened several times last week. And then it would happen like within maybe an hour. And so I've noticed, it's like something's being fine-tuned, which is really exciting. So the more that you can get this energy integrated into your body and into your energy field, the faster you're going to feel better. It's going to alleviate a lot of the physical symptoms. And I know that drinking a lot of water really, really helps. Okay, so Sarah. Oh. Commitment, Sarah. Are you having a hard time committing to something? It doesn't have to be like a relationship type thing, but I feel like you have some ideas on some different things you want to do, but you can't give it your full commitment yet. It says, Angel Wisdom reminds you that when you aim for a vision without doubt or deviation, it must succeed. Nothing is more powerful than focused energy, and the angels will see the pure light of your commitment, whether it is to a relationship, a piece of work, a journey, or anything. Now, here's the affirmation that they're offering you, Sarah. I am committed to my vision. So whatever it is that is holding you back, whether you feel you're not worthy, whether you feel you're not good enough, or whatever you feel you lack, you don't. And you just need to realize that. And if you need the angels, to offer you some advice, just turn to them, because they know how worthy you are. They know how, and they also know how things are going to work out for you. So they're really there nudging you whatever is holding you back from making this decision or commitment, you need to deal with it so that you can move past it. So I hope that resonates with you, Sarah. And Miss Kim. See what we have for Kim. Oh, joy. Kim, joy. Joy, joy, joy. So I don't know if you're having more joy in your life right now or if you need more joy, but they're talking about joy. Joy springs from a sense of connection to the divine and is a quality which illuminates you. So the more joyful you are, the more it just lights you up. Look beyond the surface and seek the light in the heart of each person. Then you will become aware of the wonder of creation and joy will ignite your life. Delight in everything, for joy is a key to enlightenment. And your affirmation is, I find joy in everything. And joy is so important. And joy, everybody finds joy in a different place. You might hear a child laughing, and that just brings you so much joy. You might see a flower bloom, and that brings you so much joy. You might complete a project, and that's what brings you so much joy. But whatever you find joyful in life, Kim, you need to embrace that more, do it more, experience it more, because that joy is just going to keep lighting you up. Sarah says, oh my goodness, yes, I have lots of ideas that I've pushed aside. This is my validation to get on it. Spot on. Thank you so much, Ruth. I appreciate you. You're so welcome, Sarah. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that that message resonated with you. One of those ideas I just thought about yesterday. Wow, isn't it funny? How we can get that validation like that. I just love that. And, just like I got the validation through that quote from Neil Donald Walsh. It's just so cool when that happens. Okay. Let me go back up here and see who else is here. And we'll get some more messages. And I know some of you weren't here at the beginning of the show, so I just want to remind you guys about the Spiritual Message Circle on Saturday. I hope you can all join us because it's going to be so much fun. And if you haven't joined in on one or even just watched while it was going on, you don't know what you're missing because it is a lot of fun. Okay, Teresa. Teresa, you are never late. You're always right on time. Okay, let's see. What do we have for Teresa? Ooh. Teresa, your message is about acceptance. Acceptance means unconditional love. The angels remind you to accept everyone exactly as they are, without judging, blaming, or wanting to change them. And, this can be a good lesson for everyone about acceptance. Acceptance is not always easy. We're human beings. There's going to be things about other human beings that rub us the wrong way or that annoy us. But the important thing is to figure out why you react like that, because that's triggering you and showing you some area where you need to do some healing. Sometimes it's very hard for us to accept ourselves. And I know I did a whole message about acceptance a couple of weeks ago. And it's hard to accept everything about yourself. But it's important. You have to accept the whole you, not just parts of you. You can't just pick, I want this part, I like that part, and then forget about the rest. It's a package deal. It says here that you are also asked to accept yourself. I saw that one coming. When you truly do, you feel centered and confident, and your divine self is revealed. Your affirmation is, I accept myself and others. And accepting, and that's one of the things we talked about today, accepting what is and not what you want it to be. And it sometimes could be a hard pill to swallow, but it's very important and it will help you to live in the now. So I hope that message resonates with you, Teresa. And now we have Marsha. Oh, look at that one. Ooh. Serenity, Marsha. Your message is about serenity. Serenity bestows inner peace, tranquility, and calmness of mind. When you feel serene, you are your own person, for nothing and no one can bother, upset, or influence you. What a beautiful place to be, right? It's like a very calm lake, you know. It's peaceful. It says your quiet radiance brings hope and support to those who come within your aura. You attract respect and love from others, for all are calmed by you. So you give off this very calming energy, this very serene energy, and people are very attracted to that. People need more of that in their life. I am serene and still is the affirmation for you. And meditation can help to keep you in that place, to keep you with that stillness, that quietness. That is just absolutely wonderful. Every time I hear the word tranquility, I think of water. But inner peace is very important to you. And when you have that sense of inner peace, none of this stuff on the outside can touch you. It doesn't affect you. You can see it going on and see it happening. But when you have that inner peace, that inner calmness, that's where you reside. So I hope that message resonates with you, Marsha. Oops. Uh-oh. Gotta love electronics. Okay. Let's see where we're at now. Anthony. Anthony would love a message. Of course I have time, Anthony. Sarah said, I love that you're talking about that. My mom and I were just talking earlier today about working on what triggers us. And I know. And you can think you're doing really great and you've got it all together, and then you'll run into someone or a situation and boom, you're all irritated and agitated and you really don't even know why. What about that person or that situation upset you? It triggered something in you. And the reason that happened is because you have these past issues that you have not healed. And what happens when you haven't healed them is they resurface, and they'll resurface in a different way, but they will give you those same feelings that you had when the original situation happened. And a lot of times I've seen so many people do this. Something will happen and they'll just be like, well, I'm just going to forget about it. I'll just sweep it under the rug, pretend like it didn't happen. That always comes back to haunt you, because when you just try to do that with past issues, you don't deal with them. They sit there and they fester, like a sore, and they get worse. They get infected, they can be oozing all kinds of stuff. And that's how you're going to feel. But when you heal those situations, they're not going to keep coming up for you. You're not going to be triggered by them anymore because they're gone. They're healed. So that's very important. And they'll come up over and over again, but they'll have a different face, They'll have it. It'll be a little bit of a different situation, but it will give you that same exact feeling. So that's something you really want to work on. When you get triggered by something, you have some healing to do. Hello, Robin. Hi, Kristen. I didn't even see you pop on there. Oh, Awesome. Okay, so I have a card for Anthony. And let's see what the angels have for you, Anthony. Marcia says, yay, thank you, Ruth. I work on that first thing every day and carry that peacefulness the rest of the day. And it's how you start. And yes, I am glad it is. So thank you. You're welcome. I feel a lot of peace from you, Marcia. Anthony. What do we have here? Oh, Anthony. Let's see what we got. Ooh, positivity, Anthony. When you are positive, you keep directing a stream of high vibration energy with your thoughts, words, and actions. They affect others and help you towards your purpose. I feel like I don't want to say you've necessarily been working on it, but I feel like you have a lot more positive energy than maybe you had 6 months ago or a year ago. I feel like you've been working on a lot of things, and that's helping to raise your vibration, and it's helping to keep your energy and your thoughts positive. You choose your thoughts. Remember that. We choose our thoughts and our attitude. So focus on loving, abundant, and successful outcomes in every area of your life. And when you put that crystal clear intention and focus out there, it's going to manifest for you. Your affirmation is, I am positive and strong. So I hope that resonates with you, Anthony. And I'll give a message for Kristen. Oops. Uh-oh. Had that one fell right out onto the floor. See what we got for Kristen. Well, we have a whole bunch. So we're going to mix them up again. That was a whole chunk that fell out. Oh. Aha. How funny. Celebration. I have a feeling you are celebrating since you have a brand new baby. It is time for you to look for the joy, the delight, and the wonder of every day and rejoice in it. When we celebrate the passing events and transitions of life in our way of life, it is our way of giving thanks, and the angels delight with us. So those angels are just all around that baby right now. Angel wisdom reminds you to celebrate and honor all the things, large or small, in your life. So I feel, and it's not just about celebrating, but it's being grateful for what you're celebrating as well. This is a great affirmation. My life is a celebration. And, this has been leading up to this for a long time. When you first found out you were pregnant, and so much has transpired since then. And sometimes we can get that feeling, when we actually get to that goal that, it's a letdown, what do you have to look forward to? But don't ever feel like that. Celebrate everything. Celebrate every moment. This is a huge transition right now for you and your family. It's a beautiful transition. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Babies bring so much joy. They don't even have to do anything. All you have to do is look at them and you feel filled with love and joy. Babies are amazing. So congratulations, Kristen, and to Jacob. I'm very excited, very happy for you guys. And I hope that message resonates with you, Kristen. And we have Robin. Oh. Okay, Sarah said, that makes so much sense. Thank you for explaining that. Well, you're welcome. What do we have for Robin? Robin was working late. She's listening while she drives. Okay, Robin. Robin, before I pull your card, I feel like as soon as I said your name, I felt kind of choked up in my throat, and I can feel it now in my throat chakra. So I feel like there's something that you're needing to say to someone, but you haven't said it yet. I feel like maybe you just haven't found the right words or the right timing. But I feel like you really need to do this to release that energy. And it's so funny because as soon as I said that to you, I burped and I felt it release. So that was exactly the message you were supposed to get. Um, Imagination. So whatever it is that you're needing to say, just put your thoughts together a little bit first, maybe, and figure out how you want to do it, and then say what you need to say, because you know that it's not good to hang on to that stuff. Okay, it says thoughts are the building bricks of life. For everything begins with a thought. Add creativity to thoughts, and you have imagination. Every castle starts as a castle in the air. This image is then grounded by architects and builders. The angels are inviting you to use the power of your creative imagination to expand your horizons and picture the life you want. When you hold a vision, the angels see the clarity of your intention and open doors to help you. And, it's all about putting up that crystal clear intention and that focus. And your affirmation is, I picture positive outcomes for the highest good. And I hope that resonates with you. And I hope you're able to get that energy cleared out, because I feel like it would be really good for you. Okay. You are so welcome, Anthony. And Sarah said, congratulations, Kristen. I am going to pull a card for the group. I think I got everybody, but if I didn't, just let me know. And let's see what we have as a group message. And don't forget to check out those IM cards. They are on my website, ruthsoltman.com. And I will be sending the order in this Friday. So if you are interested in purchasing those this time, hop on over there and do that. And I'm going to try to keep some in stock so that if you place an order, any other time, I can just ship them right out. I'm getting some together too to take to my my festival thing that I'm having next month. Okay, play. Have fun. Sometimes we all take life a little too seriously. It says celebrate. Don't be so serious. And, sometimes it's hard not to be serious. I understand that. But we all have to relax a bit more, let loose a bit more, have more fun, because life is meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to, go to a 9-to-5 job every day that you absolutely dislike. Life isn't meant for you to be miserable. Life is meant for you to be happy. And you know what? Happiness is a choice. We get to choose every single day. We get to pick what we want. We get to pick. We can get up and we can be miserable all day, or we can be happy. And when you're happy, those things that are on the outside, they don't affect you, because you have that solid core, where you're calm, you're happy, you're serene, and other things just can't touch you. Okay, Robin said, wow, amazing, so true. Oh, you're welcome. That is so awesome. That is really cool. And check out Robin's show, Robin's Cosmic Soul Food, which is on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. And tomorrow night is Caroline Carey's show in the Psychic Flow. And Friday is Melissa Parks, Joyful Findings. And Sunday is Spiritual Insights with Reverend Tiffany White Sage Woman, our amazing producer. And of course, Saturday, you don't want to forget the Spiritual Message Circle. So that'll be a lot of fun. And Saturday is going to be a very busy day for me, but I look forward to it. Let's see, what other message do we have for the group? Ooh, what's that one? Taking action. It's time to get started. There's something you're thinking about doing, but you're dragging your heels. Go for it. This is the time. It's now. It's now. Because, like we were talking, living in the moment, we don't know there's going to be a tomorrow or a next week. Every time this week I've gotten on Facebook, somebody's been sent to the hospital or someone, passed or whatever. But it's happening a lot. So, it's nice to make a list of things you want to do someday. Why not make that someday now? Because we don't know when we are going to expire. I like that one saying that I've read before, and I don't know the exact quote, but it's where we're all standing in line to get to the other side. We just don't know how many people are ahead of us. And that kind of hits you because it's very true. We don't. We could be at the top of that list. We don't know. Or we could be number 2 billion and whatever. We just don't know. So don't waste time. Whatever you want to do in this life, do it now. Now is the best time. Now, even if you just get started now and you're taking baby steps, we're never too young to do something. We're never too old. We're never too rich. We're never too poor. Don't let any of your circumstances stop you from going for your dreams or achieving your goals. You don't want anything to ever stop you. Just like, Heidi was on last week and she was saying how she wanted to go back to school and I believe get her master's degree maybe, or I can't remember what she said. And she told herself she thought she was too old. So she believed that for a while. And then she realized she wasn't. And now she's, a full-time student. And she's making that dream come true because she wants to open up her own practice. So you can do anything that you want to do. You just have to believe that you can do it. And no one's going to do it for you, right? We all have dreams. We all have desires. We all have things we want to, achieve or accomplish or do in this lifetime. And, it's getting time to do it. This is our time. This is our moment. And the more that we heal and peel away those layers, the more that we step into the truth of who we are, and the more that we raise our vibration, the more we light up this earth. And you know how important that is right now, right? It's just beautiful to think of all of us here on earth and looking from outer space and just seeing all of our beautiful light. And the more that we heal and the more that we step outside of our comfort zone and the more that we go for our dreams or, our goals, the more that we do that and the more we empower ourselves, the brighter our light gets. And when our light, the brighter our light is, we're even more beautiful. We're even more beautiful. We have such a light inside of us, but some people just kind of, throw a blanket over it so nobody ever sees it. Don't do that. Your light is a gift. It's who you are. You have to show that to the world, and you have to show that to the world in whatever way, you choose to, because we're all individuals. We're all unique. And we all do things differently. We might do the same things, but we do them differently. So no one could ever do it the way you would. So you want to remember that. What the gifts that you have are needed. They're special. And the world really needs them now. So you need to activate them, start using them, whatever you want to call it. But you need to do it. You need to activate that light. And just keep it getting brighter, 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 brighter. Because it's something that we all benefit from. Not just you, but all of us. And all of our combined light together, it's changing this earth. It's changing our world. It's changing everything. It's changing all of humanity. So just keep that in mind. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. I'll see you guys next week. And have a wonderful week, and hope you can join us on Saturday. I love you all. Good night.
share your appreciation to our show hosts by submitting a testimonial for your favorite Goldylocks Productions show.